The feeling of creating art in this building is just amazing. Almost every time I walk in, I get that feeling, even though there are challenges every day, whether the roof is leaking or the elevator doesn't work, or the challenges of owning a giant building are extreme. Maria and I and our staff have really worked on creating an environment that is welcoming, and that's the kind of place I want to be in. It runs really deep. For my adult life, I worked at Crane & Company. I started full-time in '84, even though part-time I started in 1977. My experience here has been, over a very, very long period of time, but a lot of the other people who work here, they have almost lifelong experiences in this building.
It was really more him that decided he was going to buy this building, and he thought, don't worry, honey, I'll turn it around in 5 years. It'll be fine. In the beginning, we really tried to just spruce it up a little bit, and it just took years. We had to get the paint tested for lead. We had to get asbestos out of the building. There was so much stuff to do.
There was no strict plan. We wanted to put a grocery store back in this neighborhood. We talked to some different grocers to come here, but it didn't work out. Fortunately, my interest in music and my friends that I have who came here said, wow, this big room that has an acoustical ceiling, we could do something with this. So, all of a sudden it's just like, okay, now your passion starts taking over.
I see a lot of my own way of thinking in how Steve thinks, which is kind of cool. The whole idea was a great experience for everybody. The audience experience is the most important. The artist experience is also very important, if not equally important. So to try to bring that back on some level and remind people how important it is to hang out with each other, this place can serve that.
We have about 25 different businesses or tenants in the building. I feel blessed that people saw, wow, this is a cool place. Maybe I can take my dream of what I'm doing with my business and evolve it there as well, because that's what's happening.
Well, here we are in Berkshire Cat Records. Got some folk and soundtracks. Rare Bin. I love when I see people in here because I know this is a diehard vinyl person. The fact of the matter is there's a whole vibrant, awesome community of people in this building coming here every day, day in, day out. Everyone's grateful, everyone's smiling, everyone's just happy to be here.
I am Marion Bergen. I'm a licensed acupuncturist. It's a very satisfying experience to help people feel better and resolve their ailments, whether they be emotional or physical. I just always wanted to have a practice in an old mill. And when I walked in and saw what was here, I realized that I could manifest my dream.
This is where the patterns are actually pressed onto the garments. Our garments are inspected at 8 different places through the process. So we always look to make sure everything's perfect before it goes out. I started here at the Stationery Factory in 1992. I was the elevator man. Coming back here and being able to see these jobs come back into the factory has been special for me. The development of this building is an important example of what should be looked at for other buildings of its type. If we're going to have a community where people can actually live where they work and work where they live, this is the kind of development that's going to be vital to Berkshire County over the next 20, 30, 40 years.
One of the things that we love at One Berkshire is we like to look at this region not as it was or as it is, but what it could be. The roadmap that's been laid out and that can be learned from with the Stationery Factory is to build from community. It's to engage community stakeholders. It's to hear from community what it is that will meet their needs.
The Berkshire Blueprint is a 10-year strategic imperative that we launched in 2019, focused on the sustainable economic growth of Berkshire County. We've identified 6 primary economic clusters that really are pervasive across the whole county. So that's advanced manufacturing and digital enterprise, health and wellness, the creative economy, hospitality and tourism, food and agriculture, and outdoor recreation. And in some way, shape, or form, all of those are either represented by the businesses that are in this building or by Steve himself. The Stationery Factory has become a center of gravity. It's become an economic driver, but it's also just become that major community amenity that most communities yearn for. And fortunately for Dalton, they have it right here in their backyard.
Marie and I really wanted to make our community a place that we want to be in. You want to live in a community that you're proud of. The future's unknown, but I know that if we care about what we're doing and we're trying to do the right thing, that eventually the reward will be there. And if that reward is that people have jobs in your community and then they can pay their taxes and have homes and their kids can go to school here, I mean, that's a huge accomplishment.